fireplace set. Just gonna look at some of these shots here. I wasn't in the optimum position for these shots. See, I got the wrong angle for this shot. She's communicating with a different photographer. Hence the look of that photo. Okay, I'm gonna go to this one. I think this was my first in my own studio. This was my first. This is the concept that I used. This was at that time. I don't remember the year. I don't remember the year that it was. I'd have to look at the pictures, I guess. The trend, the fashion trend was they called it ladder tights or whatever, like where basically they have ripped ripped pantyhose or ripped stockings. That was what they were doing. So basically, I don't know if I showed the model. I might have showed the model this picture. This model was basically a bone. It was a really good. It was a super bonus deal I got on this model. Well, the deal was obviously it was called time for print or time for CD. Basically, where the model doesn't pay me, I don't pay the model. We just basically exchange. She needed photos, I needed a model, and she actually brought her own friend, makeup artist. So basically, we had for the price of zero. I also, because normally you would have to, pay a makeup artist some amount of money to show up, because basically the makeup artist is not only there doing the makeup for the model, like doing her face, maybe doing some of the styling as well for the outfit, but she's also using up material. I may have given her some money for the makeup, compensate her for the makeup, because that way, if you ever have a chance to work with that particular makeup artist again, they're more than happy to come to a photo shoot with you. So basically, I'm going to show you the setup, the part of the setup. This was basically in a rec room area where there's like my printer and my glass cabinets there, and my Arnold Schwarzenegger poster, which I used to have. I gave that to somebody. When I moved, I didn't. I mean, I guess I could have kept it, but I just didn't feel like keeping it, because in the new location I don't really have. Did I actually have the? I can't remember if I had the place already lined up. I probably didn't have the place lined up when I moved, so I wasn't sure if I was going to keep the poster or whatever, so I just got rid of it. I mean, I had this for years and years and years. And this is the what the heck do they call these things? Muslin, or I don't know how to pronounce that word. Muslin. It's the word is muslin. Backdrops are kind of I'm going to show you the word. I mean, I guess I could ask Google to pronounce it for me as well. text, and then control paste. Okay, where did it go? Lock preview. Okay, so here it is. Okay, it's gonna show up on the stream shortly. I hope. Okay, there it is. So there it is. That's what that backdrop is called. Okay, so basically this light up here is set up as the hair light. It has, I think it has a yeah, it does. It has a grid on it. So the light goes in a specific direction only, and it doesn't spread out much. Okay, and then this was what the model came up with. I showed her probably some pictures of that, and then she came up with this idea. She's actually wearing two pairs, and they're cut like I can't remember if she cut only the top one, but that's how she decided to show the concept that I was going for. Okay, this is okay. I have to switch so I'm not looking at the okay, where? Okay. Oh, these pictures are all mixed up between JPEG and Shoot. They're not separated. They're all in the same folder. So there's going to be two. Each picture is in here twice. Did I already have? Do I have a white balance? White balance anywhere available to me? I mean, my white balance would have been pretty close because it's my own studio, so I was able to adjust the adjust for the white balanced. Because in your own studio, I mean, you're using your own lights, and they're always pretty much set up the same way. Okay, where's the? Okay, it's there. And then there was like different, and the cool part about having a makeup artist / stylist present is I was projecting. My camera was connected to my computer via USB, so I was able to send the pictures directly into the computer, and the makeup artist was watching the pictures as they appeared. So if there was any touch-ups required on the face, you'll see that there's no like hardly any shine on her face, because the makeup artist is there to take care to take care of that. Okay. And so basically there's like various poses. I mean, when the model goes on the floor, I'm not sure if I changed the hair light would not reach. I would have had to adjust the hair light. I might have forgotten to change the hair light angle, so that there's no light coming onto the hair. Like in later photo shoots, I used a. Did I actually? No. Maybe I can't remember where I used it, but I used a strip light for the hair light, accent light. So basically, it covers a larger area, so the model can go up and down, and not lose the accent light or hair light on the side. And then we were done. At this point, we were done with this, and then the model wanted to do this outfit. A tank top with a, I mean, I don't know what, I don't think it has a name on there, so I don't know who that is, even if that's a model or who that is. Oh, it's going to I mean, if that's a model or some singer or whatever, I have no idea. This was the model's idea to come up with, because I think at this time I only had one concept. I didn't have multiple concepts. With another model, I had like three concepts. Two of them were perfect concept, like in other words, totally realized, like totally planned. The third one was partially planned because I ran out of time. It was an Aphrodite theme and a Calvin Klein ad. It wasn't an actual Calvin Klein photo shoot, but I wanted to simulate a Calvin Klein ad. So I tried to create the Calvin Klein look as close as I could. So this particular set is completely, like, I might have been directing the model at some point for some of the shots. But like I said, the outfit was her idea. And then while she was changing to the next outfit, these were her shoes. I just wanted to take some shots of her shoes just to experiment with the lighting. and then this is her final set. And then she was like rotating a little bit. Oh, yeah, this is the and of course, because we had a makeup artist, the makeup artist always likes to see their work. So this is basically a close-up of how the makeup artist did the face. I'm not sure if the face had this blue at the very beginning. Did it have? Was the blue there from the get-go? No, it wasn't. She added the blue, because this is how it started. And then that's why I had time to do other stuff, because the makeup artist redid the fixed up the face. So added the blue. Added the blue. Added this new look. And then here I'm going to discuss one way to do a white background. This is at a studio downtown. A friend, well, he's kind of like a friend of mine, because I did a lot of small photo shoots with him, and one or two larger photo shoots. This is basically the seamless white paper. These were shot with just a point and shoot camera. So they're not very sharp pictures, but basically we've got the seamless white paper here, and then we've got an umbrella with a strobe pointing at the backdrop on the left hand side, and then we have another one pointing onto the right hand side with an umbrella. And then the main light source for the model is right here, a big huge I can't remember what they call this thing, softbox, big softbox. And there's the power source is there, so it's like it's you adjust the power right there. And then you can see we taped the background seamless onto the floor. And then here's this, and then you add these black door. I mean, these are actually doors, I think, like closet doors or something like that. You have to isolate the background lights from the foreground, so they don't affect the model, the brightness on, like they don't add light to the model. So they're only to make the white background white. There you can see how it's set up on the right hand side. And there you can see it from a different angle. And then this is the one on the left hand side. There was actually, I think on one of these, I think on this one of these shots. Oh, I know, it was the black one. And then this is another shot of it. Here there was actually a model. There's actually a model here, and I did I mean I used Photoshop, and it automatically, I mean, it didn't do a very good job on this one, but there was also on this particular shot this is a black background using strip lights. There was a model standing in the middle here. I had to remove it because it was basically a body art photo shoot, heavily tattooed model, and she wasn't wearing much clothes at all. But I wanted to show the setup. This is the strip light setup, where you have a strip. I mean, it's called a strip light because it's a long rectangular light source. It's a softbox with a grid pattern on it. So the light only goes in one direction. It doesn't spread as much. It goes straight towards the model, and straight towards the model from the other side. I would not be able to stream that particular photo shoot because like photos from that photo shoot, because they're not allowed on Twitch. Twitch does not allow that content. I did some inanimate object, I can't remember what they call this, product photography. There was a Dan Aykroyd, Canadian. He created a crystal head vodka bottle for his vodka, and I bought these are really small, 20, I think they're like 50 milliliters, so they're really basically just small bottles, but they're a skull. It's a skull pattern on it, like it's an actual skull. You can buy larger ones as well. I had never done this kind of photography before, so what I did was I was able to. There's a guy on the photo forum that does this stuff almost exclusively, and I was communicating with him, and he was guiding me, and I was posting pictures, and he was giving me pointers and suggestions on how to create this, how to create the look where you can actually see the skull properly, and how to light it up. I think I have actual the actual layout of the how I lit the shot. Some of these are like super overexposed. Okay, here is close to getting close to what the final product is like. Okay, so basically this was the lighting setup. There was a light here. Okay, actually this was not the final. This was not the final result. Okay, this is my strip light behind in the background. It's not really a strip light. Mine's actually a soft box, so it's a little bit wider than a strip light. But it's a really nice soft box. And then this was the front light. I don't remember what I actually what my final. Oh yeah, what I ended up doing was lowering the light into the front over here, You can see it from this angle here. Of course, then the first few shots were totally whacked out. Here was the final. I think this was the final lighting configuration. The strip light moved location. I added a white seamless paper on because originally, oh yeah, here, okay, this was already white seamless. I added white seamless to my table, and like it's on the backdrop. The backdrop is back there with the big roll of paper. And then this was the light from the top, and then I had the strip light adding light to the background. And I think that was, then I might have actually, this is one of the shots that was close to the final release, or the final product. I mean, you can see the skull. Let's see if I have any other shots that, if I have any of the other shots that are like really good. Okay, here's where, okay, this is how I ended up tweaking it, because the strobe on top was there was too much light, so I put a piece of white paper here to reduce the light, like the light, the way I softened the light source even more. This one is closed. This one is an edit. So it's close to the actual version. Okay, I'm gonna just see what my okay, these are the color patterns. Okay, here's the final. I think here's the final setup for the lights. The strip light moved to the front, and then I had a light for the back. I had 3 lights going here. I had the strip light adding light to the front of the skull, and then I had another strobe giving me background, lighting up the background to make the background white. So you can actually see, I mean, it's not perfectly white, but it's like it's at 91% white. Because I don't think you can do it. You can't, like, for this particular, because it's such a small set. You can't. It's hard to get the white 100% white, because it and then because the skull is see-through as well. Like, it's, you know, light comes through the skull. That's what makes this shoot very difficult to do. I think the photographer that I was discussing this with, he had actually bought one of those vodka bottles. So he knew. So he knew what like, he could physically look at them. So this was my white balance card for the color adjustment for this particular photo shoot. Okay, here I can show you how the how I create the profile for the lighting setup. So basically, in this case, I actually zoomed in totally in onto the color card, and then you need to go into the color checker passport, and then call this skull. Call this skull, and then just save it. It creates the profile. It basically automatically finds all the pieces like this color pattern here, and then creates the profile. Okay, here you can see that there's no shadows, and there's no highlights that are clipping. So then basically now it created the profile, but you have to exit photo Lightroom, and then you have to go back into Lightroom. And then basically because we're already in the development module, you enable the lens correction, and then go to what camera am I using here? Because this has two different profiles on here. Does it show the cam? Oh, this is my new that's why, because this is my new camera. This is my D7100, which is like a 24 megapixel camera. And that's the other cool thing about Lightroom and the color profiles for the lenses and stuff and cameras. It doesn't show you the other cameras in the it doesn't show you the other profiles because they don't apply to this picture. This picture was taken with a different lens camera, so it only shows you the ones that are created for this particular camera and lens. Or actually camera. It's camera specific. It doesn't really if it's with a particular, it looks at the serial number of the negative, and then it or like the image, and then it creates it based on that. So I can create a preset for this, and I can call this skull. And then if we go over here, we can put the skull adjustment on it. Like there's not because I had already customized the camera. You won't notice much of a change. And because I'm running at 85 millimeter, it's not going to the lens doesn't the lens profile doesn't need to make much correction. Oh, you know what? I'm working on the wrong. Shoot, that's why I'm working on the wrong image. I gotta remove this completely. I'm working on the wrong image. That was 583. That's already been edited. 583. Where's 583? The original 583. Yeah, because here you can see I've created the white background, and then this is 100% white here. This one you see the paper here. It's not white. Okay, this is the JPEG version. This is the actual 583, and this is 583. So 583. If I enable the skull profile on it, there you can see a slight change in the picture. And there's no clipping and no shadow clipping either. This one naturally, because you can't, the white background on this, because this is the white background back here. This is the foreground. The foreground you can't get as white as the background. But this can be all done digitally. This can be but you don't want to, like in this case, it doesn't matter if the skull is floating on a white field. There you can see that it's clipping. All the red section is 100% white. But for a physical model, like an actual live person, you don't want to have her standing on a completely white background, because it looks like she's floating. Okay, that was a concept art for the photo shoot. Oh, this one was black background shoot. Oh, this was what do we got here? Oh yeah, this was the setup. I don't think we used the black flags that time. I don't remember. Did we add them in? There's somebody there. Oh, yeah, we had a strip light for hair rim light. Oh, this was a themed photo shoot. That was the makeup artist, and I think the other lady might be the stylist, the one for the outfit. This was a I wish I remembered what this is. This is not Belle. This is Sleeping Beauty, I think. I forget. I don't remember these. And then I took some behind the scenes. You can see the makeup artist working. And unfortunately, some of the shots were like super bright. Because I don't think I was using a flash here. I don't think I was using. Yeah, I wasn't using flash. It's like ISO 3200. So it was like, you can see the, okay, and here's and here you can see, let's go to the development module. You can see, I mean, it's not perfect white, but it's close. That's at 94% white. Might have been able to get it closer if we would have blocked the lights from the view. And then this is her outfit. She was dressed up like Belle from Beauty and the Beast. Oh, and then these ones, I was not the primary photographer, so I was just taking some extra shots from the angle that I was at. And she's like twirling around and stuff like that. This one here, where's the original for this one? 2500. I think she was like twirling. So because I don't have, my camera is not syncing with the flash, it doesn't stop the twirling. Yeah, I think the rest of these shots were done. Yeah, I was just shooting without flash. So that was a little bit of behind the scenes. Okay, this was also a white background, but I don't have any. I don't think I have any pictures of the white. Oh, this could be a this could be the behind the actual setup. No, it's not. That's the makeup artist. Okay, where's this one pointing at? What's on this shot? Yeah, that's the makeup chair. Yeah, there isn't any shots that I want to discuss on that one. Oh, that's the that was our test shot with the owner of the studio. Oh, then we had a Japanese theme photo shoot, and then we also had they also had a sake bottle for parts of the shot, and then we had this umbrella. This, I guess it's like a sun umbrella or something. I don't know what they call these things. And then what else? And naturally, like all these photo shoots always had a makeup artist and a stylist for the outfit. But it could have been just the main makeup artist is also a stylist. I forget. This was like I think this was my very first. There's a website called Meetup.com that has like groups and stuff like that, and that's where I found this particular photographer. This is the makeup artist working on the model. And there's the model on the background, and the background here is okay. This is a JPEG, so you can't see it. You got to go to the raw file, and you got to go into the development module. Actually, you know what? What if I go here? Will it actually show? Yeah, it does actually. The JPEG is like very close. I mean, this is a well done background. Okay, so basically the background is all like, I don't know what this must be a light in the very corner, modifier light right in the corner, but this is like as close to 100% as you can get, and you can see that the front here, the foreground is like 90% white. But you can fix this up in Photoshop and convert it to like totally white. You can see the JPEG. The JPEG is very close to 100%, because JPEG is not capable of showing as much. Like raw files have more data, so they're able to show 329. That's the original, and that's how I made the edit way back then. 4 years ago. Trying to get the model to do the holding of the hair the way I want. I mean, I've yet to get a 100% perfect shot. They don't understand how I want them to do it. I have to, because I mean I've been trying to find pictures to show models. This is how I want you to hold your hair. And this was and get this, this was close to Christmas time, so we had a prop hat for, and hence the reason why she had the white outfit as well. This was 336. There you can see, like, this is the original picture before the color correction, and then this you'll see that the outfit is like red, like the dress that she's wearing is it I mean, it is a dress, right? No, it's a top, it's a blouse. And then I sent this out as a Christmas card. I made this into a Christmas card. This one was overexposed. Oh, this is Photoshop. Oh, maybe I was trying to do something. Oh, they're discussing the makeup. And then the model started sitting down, so we did some sitting down shots. And we added a scarf or a yeah, I guess it's called a scarf. Scarf? No, not a scarf. I forget what those things are called. And here was the lighting setup, I believe. The two lights here onto the background, and then we have a reflector to add light to the model's right hand side, and the main light was over here on the right hand side somewhere. And I did create a color corrector, so I can create a profile for this particular shot. I actually had, because I went to this studio a lot, he's got the same lights. Once you have the color set up for a set of strobes, you can just basically use the same settings. You don't need the color. You don't need to do the color corrector every time. Like if you do it in your own studio, your like expensive strobes don't change their color balance much. So basically, you can just use the same settings. I'm going to show you my very first. Like this is, was this my very first? This was probably my very first model photography. This was with a very expensive at the time, but it was a small point and shoot camera. So these are small pictures. These are like 2 megapixel. This was a 2 megapixel camera. Unfortunately, I got the images in here twice. And of course, the place that I was doing it at wasn't. Unfortunately, her hair is. I like this shot, but the hair is dropping along on top of her eyes. Is there? She wanted to make like a business card. So she wanted some photos. Normally you wouldn't be able to bring a camera to this location, but because it was a small, well, at that time I didn't have a bigger digital camera. It was I mean, it was allowed because the model had already, like, you know, like it was under the model requested it, so I was allowed to have a camera with me at this particular nightclub. I think I have actually, I think I actually have. I actually might have the business cards that I made for her. So that was a little bit of history. And then I have a towel from Florida, Ron John's Surf Shop, Cocoa Beach, Florida. The surf shop is open, like, I think they're open like 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and they have, like, in the Cocoa Beach area, like, you know, like 100-mile radius or even more, every billboard pretty much has Ron John ad on it. And there's a close-up of the shark, and that's where I had it. Where it was. Yeah, I had it on the wall. and this was a Dilbert comic book. Basically, the bottom line is, this is urgent. Stop what you're doing and work on it right away. Is it more urgent than what I was doing? I don't know. What were you doing? Exactly. So how could you know it's more important? You could work late and do both. Work late is this more important than my health? Forget it. I'll have Alice do it. Just out of curiosity, what were you doing? Playing Quake. So he's playing video games at work. And then we did we got into the this action figure slash toy thing for a while at work, so everybody was buying stuff, so I ended up buying this Buzz Lightyear. What was this? Okay, that was this was my email at work. We way back then we still had CRT monitors. Took a picture of the ceiling. Took a picture of my phone with my fake name on it. Let's see, color checker. Oh yeah, this was when I was doing setting up an outside profile. Okay, this I can't show this one. Shit. Okay, why is it so slow? I think this one I can. I'm just gonna check if I have any. Oh, these are some of the first fashion show shots that I took. I don't know how many of those I can actually show. I need to take a quick break. Where's my music? Oh, I gotta go back. I gotta set this. I gotta turn my display back on. This was a fun photo shoot. Not all the models were fun to work with though. This model was fun to work with. And this model was kind of fun to work with. This was a group photo shoot, but later I did a one-on-one with her in my own studio. I can't remember her name right now. Because I removed all the names from. I gotta turn off the pre-stream message. Oh, that was the owner of the studio. This I called basically the box set because we had boxes in the background, like wooden boxes. This model was kind of funky. She liked to do like, oh yeah, I wanted to do a different perspective. She's standing on a platform, and I'm very close to the floor, taking a picture. Like normally you wouldn't take a shot like that, and if you did do a shot like that, you would have something covering the ceiling and the background up there. But I wanted to try that because she was standing on the platform, so. She had kind of a funky. This is the reason why I like to shoot with JPEGs as well when I'm shooting, because this is like all you have to do is just download this and boom, you can send this. I mean, it's ready to go. The raw file is a little bit different. I think because this version of the software, uses the it uses the 2012 camera calibration process. If you switch to the older one, the 2003 is closer to the like it makes the image darker. You see now you can see detail on the on her top or blouse or whatever that is. Yeah, it's a blouse. You see detail on it, but if you switch to the old process, it turns darker, which I like. At some point, long time ago, I really liked it. But now with the newer cameras and the way this program works with the newer cameras, it's not as significant of a change. And what you can do is you can actually adjust the black. Like you can adjust, because basically it goes, I think it defaults to 5 for the blacks, and then you can tweak the blacks. I mean, even with the other profile you can do that. But it changes to a completely different. Now it's a negative positive black. So you can still tweak it, but like the default, the reason I liked the 2003 process with the older cameras is that the default when you import the picture, it was close to already what you wanted it to be. You didn't have to do any adjustments. And my goal is to always have pictures that are like ready to go without any change at all whatsoever. So what you can actually do is, like, if we go back to the way it was imported, let's see. Okay, that's current. Okay, do I have any no, I don't have any profiles for this. Do I have any color charts for this at all? I'm going to just check if I have any color charts for this at all. Yeah, I do actually have a color, so I can go. I can do a color profile. I can just call this rumble. I'm going to call this rumble box because that's what it is. rumble, legs, boxes. And what I also did sometimes is on this particular the color corrector passport, it has a grayscale, or no grayscale, 18% gray, like a white balance built into the other side of the color checker. So basically, what I need to do now is I need to temporarily exit the program and go back in to, because you have to basically pull the preset profile back in. And then what we do here now is since I have the white balance card here, I'm gonna take the white balance from this card. So I mean it doesn't change by much, because I might have already done a camera. I might have already had a camera, because I mean I went to the studio a lot, so I might have already I think I already had a white balance, a custom white balance for the studio, or I created one on the spot, because you can actually take a picture of the gray card and create a custom white balance into the camera. Like professional cameras have that. Well, even non-professional cameras have that now. I think nowadays you can create a custom white balance, and then we can go over here. We can I can check to see what, like if it changes by much when I click on this thing. It doesn't change by much. It changes by, okay, it's 12. It changes the tint by 1 factor, so that's not significant. And then what we do is we enable the profile for the lens profile, and then we go to rumble box. Okay, then you can see when I add the color correction, it changes the picture. You'll see a subtle change in the color squares. Blues are more bluer, reds are more redder. You know, so everything, all the colors are significantly better. And then what we need to do is we need to create a development preset. So call this rumble legs box. So then we go back to the actual. Oh, and then another thing too is for this particular photo shoot I was already using a light meter. I mean, they have a light meter there too, but I mean, having your own light meter makes setups way better. I mean, the best way to do the color checker is to have the model hold it for you, and then that way, when you actually enable the profile for the checker, you can actually see how it changes the model's skin tone and everything like that. Here I am again trying to get the model to do to hold the hair properly. I mean, this is close to what I want, but I mean, I want the fingers to come out of the like from underneath the hair. Did she actually get? This is actually close to what I really want. And then this was another this was the gray set, so this is the gray background set, so I have a color balance for that as well. Some models are more like the models that I like are the models that are comfortable with their appearance. You know that they're comfortable when they dress like that for a photo shoot. And when they don't mind showing off their body art. I asked her to show her wrist tattoo, and I can't remember if she had any other tattoos on the front. She does have the tattoo in the back, and she had no problem showing it because I asked her to. I was probably the only photographer that was interested in her body art. I had a really nice photo shoot with a model. I think her name, I think it was spelled Shu. Okay, this was a slightly improperly lit, but I like the look of this particular shot. This one is, the background is 100% white because the light source is in the background. It's behind the model. I might have had the wrong, I probably had the wrong setting for this. I don't even remember what set we used that light on. Because I only have one shot of that. Oh yeah, this model this is okay. This was the green set. Do I have a color card for that? Was this the green set? No, this was the gray set. That was the gray set. Oh yeah, I have one for the green set because I have the model holding it over here. This is the green set, so I do have one for the green set. I can create a color profile for I'm gonna call this Rumble Green. Rumble Legs Green. That was the theme that they assigned for this particular photo shoot. They called it Rumble Legs. Why the word rumble? I don't remember. Rumble because I guess we had all kinds of. So that's why I called it Rumble. Okay, so then we go back to the development module. We gotta exit the program and then come back in. Okay, and then we need to might as well put the color or the lens correction. Why did the lens correction not do anything? Oh, there was a subtle change. Okay. And then take the gray. Let's see if there's what kind of a change. How much? That's warm, not so warm, and then the 18% gray, 22, 23, 24, yeah. So how much did it change? Oh, it changed significantly. It changed significantly. And then go to Rumble Green, because the background is green. That's why I call it Rumble Green. Okay, well, why did that change? Oh yeah, because I added the profile. Okay, so then that's Rumble Green. And then we have to create a Rumble Green Rumble, I'm calling them all Rumble Legs, and call it green. And then when you ask a model to laugh, they laugh. I don't even know who said it, or was there a joke or something, but they do laugh. But of course, I wasn't ready for the shot. I had to quickly take it, so that's why it's like a little bit blurry. This might have been the light source that we used. This is the really expensive $1,200 light. I forget what it's called. It's an Elinchrom. Elinchrom makes it. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Eight-sided polygon. Okay, why is it pointing that way? This is the box set. Did we use it on the box set, or did we use it on? Okay, how many seconds is there? There's 43:26, 44. So I mean, it's possible that this was the light that we were using. I guess I could look in her eye if I have a really close shot of her face to see what kind of a pattern is in her eye. it's a big round light source. So it's most likely that particular light source. Because it's big round it's a big round light. It would appear round, unless we had something else. Well, we definitely did not use the. At least I don't think we did, because I think I only used the ring light once. Yeah, the light source here is lot smaller. On the box set, it's a lot smaller. Oh, I did a forced perspective here, where it's like I was super close to the model, showing her how a photo gets distorted. Oh, that's a JPEG, so it's not going to change. It corrects a little bit, corrects it a little bit. Oh yeah, this is shooting from the ground level, shooting up. And then we worked on a gray background as well. And there's the color correction for that. I'm not sure why the model was doing this. She wanted to pose like this. I'm one of these people that if a model that looks like this wants to pose like this, I let them pose like that. I'm not very picky. When if she wants to pose in a particular way, let her pose. Because then you can get her to show off her tattoo. Oh, I like this shot. Here's a shot that I actually like. Please hold your hair like this. Well, kind of like that, but not quite like that. You almost got it right, but not quite. Someday I'll get it right. And then we have the goofy blonde. Well, not goofy. She poses kind of goofy. Because after all, this was the leg theme, right? So she's showing off the legs, and she liked to pose like that. She likes to like twist her body, or like bend her body. Okay, I'm gonna go to another group of photos. But so I don't make the same mistake again, I gotta turn off my display for a little bit. I think this is the set. Yeah, this is the set that I can show. I don't think there's any pictures in here that can't be shown. This is pretty much my all-time favorite model. I did a lot of photo shoots with her, and I also did some shows and some nightclub photography with her. Professional model. Her day job is modeling. I don't think I have any white balance for this. I don't have a white balance for that particular for this one. This was a black background strip light. Here you can see the strip light on the one side. There's another strip light on the other side. Like there's two strip lights. This was the I think this was the shot. Which one was the best? I think this was the best. This was the best shot. I'm going to highlight this shot. And I think we had we either had a shiny floor or plexiglass on the floor. Is there any shots that we can actually see the floor? Oh yeah, we did. We had black. I'm pretty sure we had black plexiglass on the floor. So you get the shot. You get the reflection. The person, the studio owner, was it there's a celebrity from long time ago, like significant, that had a pose like this. I mean, it was either, I can't remember if there was a celebrity slash model slash whatever, Betty Page. I can't remember. For some reason, Betty Boop comes to mind, but Betty Boop is an animated character, a cartoon character, unless it's based on a real person. This is as close. This isn't the perfect pose, but it's as close to the one that I wanted, because the actual owner of the studio, he got the perfect shot, because he knew that ahead of time already, how to ask the model to pose. I asked Kirsten. Kirsten is the model's name. At that time, I can't remember how, if she had been for how long she had been modeling at this point in time. But later on, she was even better. She was even better. Like, you would just have to ask her something, and she would be able to do the pose. There's what she looks like in that particular shot. These shots, because she's wearing clothes and the setup for the strip lights is not not perfect. Actually, I like this one as well. I think I edited this before already. This one might be the better version of the shot. Oh, we had 3 light sources. That's why it's lit up differently. That's why the model's front is so bright. Were there any shots with there she's smiling, laughing. I can actually, like, later on, like, the more I got to shoot with this model, the more I got her to be able to do some funny things. This was in the cyclic cyclic. I think that's how you pronounce it. Basically a white custom set, and when we have a not sure if this is clear plexiglass or white plexiglass, but you want the reflection. You want the reflection off the floor. And then when she was, this was before I had the color checker. This is the old style color checker from, like, actually they probably, I don't know if they still make this one or not, but we can probably get a white balance from this thing. 22, 23, 24. Okay, so how does it the pants are gray. The pants are actually gray. Yeah, this has to be the shot. What does this say? Photo has development adjustments. What adjustments though? Like, how does it know there's adjustments? Oh, this was from, oh yeah, that's why, because it was 2008. It would not have the current process on it, calibration process on it, because it was taken before. Okay, these aren't gonna, these don't show up. Okay, what lens was I using on these shots? I was using a kit lens. That was before I had a better lens, so I was using the 18 to 55 for this particular shoot. I'm 1245. I'm pretty sure that this was the one that I actually did. This one is the one I did the most amount of work on. I wish I could find my final edit for this one. I don't know where the final edit went. I lost the hard drive, so I lost a bunch of photos. But that doesn't mean it. I mean, that's not as bad as it could be, because this is the original. I could still create the picture that I created, because I have a physical copy of the print, and now I know that her pants are gray. I thought they were black at the time, but then because I communicate with the model a lot, the next time I communicated with her, I was able to. I asked her, "Oh, remember that photo shoot? Blah blah blah. What color were your pants?" "Oh, they're gray." "Oh, okay." Boom! I went into Photoshop and I corrected it. Um, yeah, this is definitely the cyclic room, the cyclic set. And here I have the, here I actually have the gray card, so I can actually get the get the get the gray, the white balance correct again. And then we had a chair for her to sit on. Oh yeah, and this is where I started using the light source as a background. Okay, it's almost 100%, 99.9. Here you can see the light source behind her, the polygon. I wanted to get her small tattoo in the shot. Because unfortunately the light was like elevated. It was elevated significantly, and it would have taken too much time because we only had like a 5-minute window to take pictures. I wouldn't have been able to get as many pictures if I would have. Mind you, the time doesn't start until you take your first shot. So I guess I could have, but I never even thought of it at the time. I don't think until it was too late, until my time had already started. I probably would have been able to extend it anyway. Like if we would have lowered the light source, because it's 1.9 meters, so it's way taller than. I mean, the light source is bigger than she is, taller than she is, obviously, because she's like, she's either 5'9" or 5'10" something. I can't remember what her actual height is. I'd have to look at her profile to get that. And then now she's leaning against the wall, the white wall, and the light source is behind me. You can see the light in her eyes. Can I actually see myself blocking the, like you can't even because the light source is so big, you can't even see, like I'm not blocking my figure standing between her and the light doesn't seem to be affecting the light at all that's falling on the model. Then she took her shoes off. I mean, maybe I asked her to take her shoes off. I don't remember. Possible. Then she put her shoes back on. This is when I'm. Yeah, this is when I'm asking her to. And she's doing it correctly. Okay, I asked her to start with her back towards me, and every time the picture flashes, I take a picture, she has to rotate a little bit. So she's basically rotating, 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 and then I don't remember if I continue. I think I continue with the rotation. Yeah, we're continuing with the rotation here. Yeah, and she's almost fully rotated back to the back again. And then I probably said, hey, I want you to rotate to this angle, because that angle looks really cool. Hence me taking several pictures at that angle. Well, this one, I like this one as well. And then this one actually I like too. I'm not sure if the next ones I can actually, well, I mean, we had her holding a gray card, which was actually, this was actually my gray card. This was, yeah, I think this is the one that I did the most amount of editing on. Photo has keywords. Really? It has keywords? Okay, what keywords does it have? It actually has keywords? Really? Seriously? Attributes. None. Okay. Okay, where is it? It's down here somewhere. This one. Yeah, it's highlighted in purple. Oh, that's probably because it has purple as the this is the unedited version of the picture, but this one I edited fully. I've made a full edit of this particular picture. Oh, there's not going to be, there's no correction curve for that lens, unfortunately. I'd have to tweak it based on numbers that I can look up. And this is on this particular photo shoot, this particular set. I discovered something about her, and she was definitely a professional photographer at this time. She has a I think she has like she broke her collarbone or something in her upper section here somewhere on her back or her shoulder. I can't remember what she had. So certain poses will hurt her as she does those poses. I was asking her to pose in a specific way on this particular set. And but she posed away, like she kept posing and posing and posing. She did everything that I asked her to do. And then afterwards, when I was talking with her about that photo shoot or something like that, I can't remember 100% if it was during that same day, like at the end, I was talking to her. Because she might have actually, because quite often when we did these photo shoots, we would go out for dinner. We would go out for dinner and discuss all our pictures discuss our pictures with all the other like the owners and the other photographers that wanted to show up, and Kirsten might have come with us to eat as well. She might have. So I might have when I talked to her, she said that some of the poses that I asked her to do hurt, and then she did them anyway. She did them anyway. Like here, like I can't remember if they were these ones. This one doesn't look like it would hurt too much. I think it was probably these ones here. Maybe not that one. But anyway, it was one of the later ones anyway. So, but she did it anyway. And then I told her afterward. I told her at that point. I told her that if anytime we're doing photo shoots, and if I ask you to do a pose that it's going to hurt you, or be stressful for your body, tell me right away, and you won't. I don't want you doing it. Like, I don't want you to hurt yourself for the shot. The shot is not as important as your well-being. That was probably another bonus plus for me, because that increases the model photographer rapport as well. Like this like at the end, like near the not the end, but like after I got to know her really well, like there's a model photographer rule where you don't, like when you're doing a photo shoot, you do not touch the model, you don't flirt with the model, you don't. It's all 100% professional photography discussion, makeup discussion, hair discussion, outfit discussion, and that's it. I mean, she's not, the model is probably, either married or, has a boyfriend or whatever. Like you don't discuss anything personal that's not related to photography. And you don't go into her space. In other words, like if her hair is incorrect, you ask her to adjust her hair. But once you get to know the model and the model trusts you explicitly, like 100%, when you get a rapport with the model, you're allowed to go into her space to make corrections to her outfit or to her hair. This model, I could stand right beside this model. She could be totally nude, and I could be standing right beside her, and she knows I'm not looking at her. I'm just talking with her about the photo shoot or some personal stuff, because we did a lot of stuff together. I mean, they were all photo shoot related, nightclub photography, different shows like car shows, and there was an adult show in Toronto called the Sex Show. It's not the same as Las Vegas Sex Show or California. I don't know if the California has the same. I can't remember where they were, like completely different. Like in Toronto here, they're tame in comparison to Vegas and California. I mean, in Vegas and California, the models walk around naked in the building. I mean, in Toronto they don't do that. They're way stricter here in Canada. Okay, I'm going to see. I probably can't show you any of the other photo shoots that I did with this model, unfortunately, and they are actually my best work with her. Like these ones where she's actually fully clothed are okay, but later on we had a photo shoot. The theme was nothing but jewelry. So basically, she's wearing she's the only thing she's wearing is a necklace. That's all she's wearing. But because of my rapport with the model, I asked her to wear shoes. I wanted her to wear shoes. And luckily she had a pair of shoes. They weren't the correct shoe. They were close to the correct shoe. She brought one because she knew what kind of photo shoot it was going to be. She doesn't have to bring hardly anything. So she just shows up. But luckily she did bring one pair of shoes. So I asked her to wear the shoes. I was the only photographer that wanted her to wear shoes. There's a reason for that. And I'm going to explain the reason for that. When a model wears shoes and she's standing like high-heeled shoes, her body goes into the correct like her body pose is significantly improved. So like the back arches properly, and the legs tense up correctly, like the muscles show up correctly and stuff like that. Yeah, I can't even show that. I can show this. I'm gonna put this picture. Oh, and then she did have a fan as well, like a one of those handheld fan, fans that you fan yourself with. And one of the shots from this particular photo shoot was some of my really good work. I mean, she actually liked it to the point where she posted it on her profile on her site. She posted that photo. I think it's still up there on her site. Yeah, none of these. I can't show any of these. Shit, this is bad. I can't show any of these pictures. I shouldn't have even put them in my in my collection here. I should just remove them. Okay, I can. Where is my mousey? Okay. Put this. Okay, there's two pictures I can actually show. There she had these gloves, and then she had a ring. I think this is like a snake ring. It looks like a snake. As it's a snake. She had like a snake ring. Unfortunately, it's not. The camera didn't focus on the. It focused on the hand somewhere. It didn't focus properly on the. Like when I do shots like this, I don't want to mess around with my settings because they'll affect my my photo shoot. This was not part of the photo shoot. And then this was part of the lighting setup. We had a fan there to blow her hair if we not wanted it to. Then we had a softbox, Elechrome softbox, and there she's wearing the gloves and she's wearing the shoes. Even though this was classified as nothing but jewelry, she did bring the shoes, and it's possible she's wearing the shoes because around the time when I asked her to put the shoes on, she probably just kept them on, or some other photographers decided that, hey, it's probably a good idea to have her wear the shoes. Here I can show a setup. Where are those pictures? Where's this picture here? This one here. This is the lighting diagram that I created for my photo shoot. The model is in the middle. Like normally you don't put the actual picture of the model, but I put the picture of the model. I had 4 light sources. At that time I was interested in making the background as bright as possible, even though I didn't have a white background. I had a white background. Sorry, gray background, roughly 18%, because I didn't want to deal with having to, because I had a small studio. You can't do white well enough with a small studio, especially with white walls. So I just went 18% gray. So basically the hair light, which is on the left hand side here, it measures at f11. The accent light, which is this light here, is f8. And it was these ones were my portable strobes. This front light here was on channel B, and it also had a 10 meter extension cord on it, so that adds about half an f stop or quarter f stop to the value. So that's why I wrote it down as +10. I don't know how, I can't remember how much it adds. and it had a grid, a 40 number grid on it in the front. And then basically these two lights, because they're hooked up to the same battery pack or the same charge pack, they run at a ratio of 2 to 1, and you can't change that. So they, one will be f8, the other one will be f11. I mean, you can't do any, you can't change, you can't have them both running at f8 or f11. One will run lower than the other at a ratio of 2 to 1. This is where my camera doesn't look like that, but the other cameras didn't look nice for the picture. This was the main light over here on an umbrella, with an umbrella. I think I used my 5-foot umbrella for this one. So it measures on the model at f8, and this was the rim light that lights up the side of the model. And that was I ran that at f5.6. So this was the lowest powered light. And this, the hair light was the highest, and this was the lowest. And then some of these shots are probably, I have a Final Fantasy cardboard / plastic set piece that's, it's an advertising why, okay, is there okay, do I have a full, yeah, here, let's see, do I have a full shot of it? Yeah, I have a full shot of it. January, can you actually see the year? January 31, what year, can I see the year? I don't know if I still have this, but it's not, I don't have it here. I mean, I use that for, I mean, it's not very good for setting up your lights. Oh yeah, 2012. So this was Final Fantasy 13.2, I think. Is that what I said? Yeah, 13. It has to be 13.2 because Sarah is in the front. Yeah, I put this Snoopy pillowcase on top of it because the clear plastic reflects too much. You can see the clear plastic was reflecting too much light back from the strobes. Yeah, this was when I was setting up and this was my stand-in dummy for the model. This is when I was, I mean, this one I planned this photo shoot I planned for this thing a long time. A lot of planning went into this photo shoot. Unfortunately, I can't show any of it. And here is, because the studio was also a TV room. Actually, you know what? I might have had. Was I using this light source? Maybe I was using this light source. The see-through. What do they call this? Shoot-through umbrella. Maybe I was using it because it's in this shot. And then I put my backdrop, my gray. Oh yeah, and here's, yeah, and then I also did a I wanted to do a multi-pass, a Lilu multi-pass, Lilu Dallas multi-pass, because I wanted to do a what the heck was that name of the movie? Oh crap! Why I drew a blank. blank on the name of the movie. Fifth Element. Fifth Element. So I wanted to do it, but of course that part of it I couldn't fully do it because I ran out of time. I didn't have enough time to do everything. And okay, this was this was 2012. Did I add? I did actually add this model in here. I did a second photo shoot, and I did the same. This one I can probably show more pictures of because. Okay, am I? Okay, this is now more in real life versus. Okay, where am I? Where's my mouse? There's probably nobody even watching. Is there anybody even watching anymore? I mean, it's probably boring. Probably boring for a lot of people. I don't know how much interest there would be there is on this topic. Right now I'm creative. I'm going to change it to IRL temporarily. This was before I had tweaked the this shot was at the wrong setting. I think this was a test shot, and these are test shots. This was a 7.1, yeah, because originally this was shot at f8, and then because I was checking the pictures directly on and then I tried f9. These are just test shots. Because it's your own studio, and you're not restricted on time as much. You can play around with different settings. So then basically, yeah, I tried f8. It was too dark. f9 was too dark. And then 7.1 f7.1 was the best setting. So then this was the edit. This was the original shot, and this was the edit. This was the school teacher slash student whatever theme that I had, and she had the costume already for this. I asked her for it. I mean, I basically was communicating with her via email, asking her to bring all the what stuff I wanted her to bring. Unfortunately, I I didn't give her all the details, unfortunately, because some of it changed. So some of the pictures were taken with incorrect wardrobe. Oh, another thing too is when I did the Aphrodite photo shoot with the other model. Like normally when you do a photo shoot with a model, you have clear French tips for fingernails, and you have like a very like lipstick is like light pink, like really light red. uh, I of course don't like, I mean, it's not that I don't like that. I mean, yes, it's okay, but I don't I mix it up. I don't follow that rule. I mean, put as much red into the picture as you can possibly do. Just go crazy. So I asked the Aphrodite photo shoot that I did with Dana Halo. Uh, okay, is it where is it? Where is it? This this model, the one in the corner there. This one. She was wearing red lipstick, and see, I can probably is it here? Yeah. Yeah, see, this is what she looked like when she showed up, and then this is what she looks like. This has probably been edited and color corrected. This one probably isn't color corrected. And you can see that she's got fairly bright red lips, and her fingernails are red. And there's my stand-in dummy for my photo shoot, Holly Madison. She was like a friend. She was a friend. She was my friend for a while. When I was when I mean not I mean I never actually saw her physically, but I did communicate to her through social media. I had a metal ruler. Unfortunately, this one it's too bright. It's too bright, too bright, too bright, too bright. Uh, Oh, with this model I also did the I think I did the rotation thing. I did the rotation thing with her. So here we're close to the rotation thing. I don't remember, like right here's probably where we started. I always start from the back side. Although the shoes I already had, I mean I had two pairs of shoes for models to wear. I had red shoes. These weren't 100% perfect shoes, but I had bought these red shoes. I might have bought these red shoes for this particular photo shoot because I found them at Walmart. They were like super cheap, so I bought them. And then like you start the model at, you know, in one, and then you ask her to rotate, 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 and then continue to rotate, so you see what the best angle is for the model. So you just ask her to keep rotating, rotating, rotating. Oh yeah, then we were talking about, because she doesn't actually wear glasses for corrective vision. I wear glasses for corrective vision. I wanted to show her, like, this is, if I'm not close to you, this is what you look like to me, blurry. I tried to show her what it looks like if you're not wearing glasses and you need glasses, what does a person look like to you? So I showed her that. Not all these shots. I mean, this model was good, but nothing like Dana. Where's her name? Where's the spelling of her name? Dane Halo, Dane. Halo. That's her modeling name. Okay, why is okay, go back to where is the okay, there was the rotation with the red shoes. I don't do much portrait work, but I always try to dabble a little bit in portrait photography. And then I wanted like the business, well, not normal business, but I mean I wanted the business look. So she had this outfit. She didn't have the gray. I wanted a gray business suit, but she didn't have a gray, so she had black. And so that's what she brought to the table. And then I did, this is the first time I was able to do this, because I've figured out it is possible to do even in a small studio. Oh, somebody ooh, straight troll. Oh, okay. Thanks for the lurk. Sorry I missed it when it popped up. So what I did was the light source is right here. I wanted the model to be close to the light source, almost touching the light source. but not actually touching it. She's almost touching it, because I don't want finger grease on the white sheet. So she's just lightly touching it, or the corners. When I did the Aphrodite photo shoot, uh, I wish I would have known this. Wish I would have had this technique figured out, or this lighting configuration figured out or planned out. I would have been able to get some really nice shots of. I would have been able to do the shots that I wanted to do with Dane Halo. I would have been able to do them really well, because I wanted to do a Calvin Klein look. This one is like, this is the original shot. I wanted this main strobe, which is my strip light, is part of the photo. Like it needs to be there. I want the light to be there, and then this other light is like an accent light to add some more light to the model. This I wanted it to actually be in the shot. And this is the final product when I edited the shot. I mean, that was why I wanted it there. This was my other light source. I didn't have the big light source. I'd have to look at my when I actually bought the big light source. This was only my. Well, it's possible that I only wanted to use this one. Oh, because I didn't want to use the big light. Maybe I didn't want to use the big light. That's possible. It's possible. It's possible that I didn't want to use the big light source. And then we expanded on the look. We changed the look a little bit. And then we went back to the darker look. Yeah, we went from F8 back to F11. And this is finally getting to the what I want. I want a totally dark background, as dark as possible, and the light source is right there somewhere in front of her. And it has it been did I digitally remove it? Oh, you know what? I bet you I did. Okay, this is 6249. I might have digitally removed it. Let's see, where is the how close is it to the? Yeah, I must have cropped it out. Because there's significant amount of, yeah. There you can see the and then I wanted the white light in the shot. That was like, a lot of people don't do that, but I like doing that. That's an edit of this like this shot. This is where we're having the proper lighting set up and the camera set up properly, you can do there's a little bit of black clipping, shadow clipping, and highlight clipping, but it's okay from the light source because the light source is bright and it's not bleeding onto the model. This is how it was shot. This is what it looked like when it was shot in like in camera. It would look like that. And then I edited it like that. So it didn't change by much. There's the original, and there's the edit. So there's didn't need to do much change to that photo. That's my goal in photography all the time, is to spend as little time as possible in Photoshop.